First time I ever made these pieces, or really this body of work, sculptures in glass, was at the Museum of Glass. And it was in 2008 in a 2-day residency there. And the first ones were very simple in form and shape and color, using only transparent materials. And since then, the basic architecture for the work has essentially remained the same, but the details are changing a lot. The color palette is changing. The way that I'm cutting the pieces has evolved really pretty dramatically. And really what I'm doing with the shape outside of that basic architecture of connecting two sections together continues to evolve. And really the temptation when you come to a place like this sometimes is to try to do a bunch of brand new, crazy things, decoration and whatever, and sort of thinking about it, 6-8 months now, what I'm going to do here. Really, it kind of came to me that what this residency needs to be about in a lot of ways is restraint. One of the things that I've been experimenting with is adding a third section into the middle of the piece to change a membrane. To change the color of the membrane and the color of that dividing line in the middle of the piece. And there's reasons for that, both aesthetically and conceptually. From an aesthetic standpoint, it's interesting to kind of see something else going on in the middle of the piece besides just a basic overlap or a basic solid membrane. And so the idea of adding just a bit of color in there, a bit of interest, is appealing. And originally that idea started with some opaque pieces. The opaque pieces originally were a form study for a large-scale sculpture that I'm working on out of composite material. And of course with opaque glass you can't see the inside. So it's got a totally different feel than transparent glass. And really the idea of adding this ring in the middle does two things. Number one, from the outside of an opaque piece, if you look at just the membrane, you can see a bit of color. And then your reward is by engaging with the piece and walking around and looking inside, there's something totally unusual compared to other work inside there. And so really adding the third color was about trying to grab a little bit of interest from the viewer on what might look like a static or a subtle piece and bring them on to the inside of the piece and have a whole different experience with it. I'm here. Yes, yes please. Okay, stop. Yeah, we're gonna have to mess with that a little bit. All right, Rico. Let's do it, I think we're ready. There's a lot going on right now with glass as a material, and there's a lot of discussion about where glass as a material is going to go, both from the conceptual standpoint and what some people are referring to as the traditional studio glass movement. Looks pretty good, don't you think? I don't know or really care where I fit in with that particular argument or set of rules or circumstances that people apply to a material. But for me, repetition is part of it. It's part of my practice as an artist, and it's part of what draws me to make these forms. This whole idea is based on the experience of making a perfect object as a child and breaking it. And regardless of material, I'm still compelled to try to make these objects and deconstruct them. You know, the ability to progress as an artist and mature artistically is the challenge. It's the challenge for what artists do, really, is how do you move forward? And that's really the same challenge with life in a way, and kind of that's been one of my challenges in life, is how do you move forward? You look at my life personally and how long it took me to start making my own work as an artist. It took years. I make this work because it speaks to me. 5 years from now, I imagine it's going to look quite a bit different, but I'm not really thinking about 5 years from now. Each piece that I'm working on, I'm totally engaged with that piece and how that particular piece should look and what the subtleties and the nuances are of that one thing that's in the moment, that's now, that's in front of me. And that's what I'm concerned with, not what the next piece is going to look like necessarily. I'll worry about that when I make the next piece.